Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Major, where we debate the hottest topics in sports. Today, not so much debating a hot topic, but doing a bit of a playoff preview for the CFL. This is week 2 of the CFL playoffs, and some very entertaining games in week 1. Now you've got the BC Lions going into Montreal this week with an incredibly tough task. Gentlemen, does anyone think the BC Lions can win this one? We've got Paul Friesen and Steve Ripley. And Steve, you get the first word.
Well, I actually do think the Lions have a chance.
Oh, come on.
You know, this is what they got Casey Printers for, I think. I think he is that wild card in there. And, you know, it happens to the Alouettes pretty regularly where they, they peak during the season and they don't get all the way to the final goal. So
I think Anthony Calvillo has lost 6 Grey Cups. So that says something. You're right.
Yeah. Well, of course, maybe it says he gets to the Grey Cup.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
But even so, I like the Lions.
One more week, and then the choke happens for Montreal. That's how it works. They get to the cup, and then they don't pull it off. I think he's 1-5 in cups, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's 1-6.
No Western team has ever won the East
crossover.
Cup.
That's going to happen someday, though. Let's face it, that streak can't continue. But the Lions, nah. What were they? 8-10?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that would never happen,
Well,
except for Calgary in
yeah, okay,
2001,
it's been done.
And BC also did it once.
It's been done, but no, I can't see it. They got too many problems on that team. They took all the penalties last week. Their defense isn't good enough. No, Printers isn't enough, and Montreal's far too good, far too well coached to slip up at this stage. They may lose to a team almost as good the following week in the Grey Cup, but not this one.
Isn't the bottom line that Montreal is just too good?
Yeah.
For them to go in there and beat them. And BC was terrible in some games this season.
Yeah.
I mean, Fred Reed had 260 yards rushing against them, and that was from the worst offense in the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got some issues. But as Steve said, Casey Printers has turned things around for them, livened them up. Even though the guy lost his first 3 games, which is amazing, he did win that big game last week. And, they've got Wally Buono, they've got Casey Printers, they've got a pretty good team. I think they definitely have a chance, but Montreal is too strong. Anthony Calvillo is the best player in the CFL again this season, and he should be able to get it done. What about the West Final? The Calgary Stampeders go into Saskatchewan, where it's going to be an absolute madhouse. First time, this millennium for sure, that this maybe has been a millennium since they had West Final in Saskatchewan. A lot of excitement there. You're from Saskatchewan.
Yep.
You figure this is going to be the time that they win it and get to the Grey Cup?
Yeah, 1976 was the last time.
33. That's amazing. 33 years.
Yep, I can still remember the Grey Cup that year, watching Tony Gabriel beat the Riders. But so that said, I think the Riders are favored. I'm as a Rider fan, I'm nervous. I think it's a hard task to play the Stampeders 4 times in a year and not have the Stamps win any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Darian Durant has made huge strides for a young quarterback, but the guy still makes me nervous. I think I'd rather have Henry Burris in a big game like this. But that said, this is the team of destiny.
You say that
I've said
year.
that every 3 or 4 years, but. It's going to be a close game. I mean, all their games have been super close, I think, this year.
And if defense wins championships, then I think Saskatchewan has the edge.
Yeah, maybe they have a slight edge there. And the one thing they really have going for them is that home crowd. There might not be a bigger home field advantage than there is in Regina, right? Because
maybe
they're raucous.
Pro sports, man.
Yeah, right up there. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards Calgary in this one. I guess I've said it now, so I better follow through with it. I just think they're the defending champs, and they've kind of waited for this moment. Yeah, they're not as dominant as they were last year, finishing first last year, but I still like them just a smidge more. The experience at quarterback factor especially, and even at coach Huffnagel, I think, has really got it going and knows how to pull this off.
Miller hasn't been too bad in his 2 seasons.
No, he sure hasn't. He's done a lot there. But Durant's, he's coming into his own now. He's certainly a number 1 quarterback. But Burris, boy, when he and Joffrey Reynolds.
I think Joffrey Reynolds is the key.
Yeah.
If they can run the ball hard with Joffrey Reynolds and get him over 100 yards, Saskatchewan's going to be in big trouble, because then Burris is going to be able to hit all those receivers like R.J. Franken.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and Rumby Bryant.
Hey, here's
Nick
a question.
Lewis and
Here's a question for you. What makes for a better party in Calgary? getting the home team stamps or getting Saskatchewan there.
Calgary's already got the
Undoubtedly
jackpot.
Saskatchewan. Yeah.
But Calgary Grey Cup Committee's won the jackpot already.
Yes.
They get either the stamps or the riders.
Yeah.
It's perfect for them either way.
You're right. They'll pour into Alberta and go crazy like they always do.
All right, well, we'll talk about who's going to win the Grey Cup next week back here on the 5 Minute Major. But for Steve Ripley and Paul Friesen, was it again?
That's what it is.
Paul Friesen, I'm Sun Sports Editor Ted Wyman. Thanks for joining us here on the 5 Minute Major. We'll talk to you again next week.